Hey everybody, welcome back. This is going to be episode 2 in our Legendary Empire campaign for Total War Warhammer. I am the Strategy Professor. Last episode, we spent a long time just talking about some basic strategic elements of the Empire. We talked about buildings, we talked about skill trees, we won our first fight. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That was quite useful. Or quite entertaining, rather, I hope.
I will not obey.
So all that he had left was 1 health and some crossbowmen. So he's going to go back into Grunsburg and he's going to heal up a little bit. Grunsburg, I think, is going to have a 5 extra units. He might hire some more, but I doubt it. So we're basically going to have a 5 on 10. So we should be able to handle that. Talked about my choices, why I'm deciding to go ahead and upgrade this to tier 2, even though it looks a bit silly because I'm going to have to sell it in about 12 turns. We really want the technology that it gives, and we really want to be able to get crossbowmen before we face this army over here. So it's really just paying 600 gold for a technology and a little bit of an earlier game power spike, as I explained last time. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into diplomacy.
Relations with foreign powers may be managed through diplomacy.
Okay, I'm going to skip that. He just says you need to do quality diplomacy. Okay, so one thing to just go ahead and just take a look and just see what people think. So I think the northern people are the people I'm probably going to have to fight. Diplomacy starts off a little bit differently. Some factions, they just kind of get a little bit of extra, just like random points early on. It's very similar. Like Averland, Marienburg, and Midland and Nordland will all be like neutral to hostile with you. They'll be somewhere in the middle. Some of these other factions are a little more neutral. So we can't get a lot of trade agreements yet. Ostland's actually got a pretty bad roll on that.
Make your offer.
That's fine, they're way over there. The ones that I really care about, let's look at the strategic map. Okay, well, I guess this is showing us the strategic map here. What I do with the dwarf and the orcs is I really want to take out this area and take everything in the bottom right, because you have a lot of security, because that's a corner of a map. And yes, chaos comes in through here and fights you eventually, but you get a lot of security with that. With humans, you don't have as much security. Chaos is going to be coming in from here, so this is extremely dangerous territory to try to hold, because they can come at you from so many different angles. Whereas with the dwarves and orcs, you can just basically control this pass right here, and you'll control chaos. Much harder with Empire. So I think what I would like to do, ideally, is maybe take out a little bit of this stuff right here. We'll see how that plays out. And then work my way on this side of the mountains and start taking out all of this region first, because this will be much more secure, I hope. Now, I haven't gotten too far with Empire yet. They could come up, and they probably will, and dump all of that chaos stuff, like, on my coasts here, or maybe even here. I'm not sure. But I feel like this might have a little bit more security than just being right out here in the middle. I'm not sure. They might sneak around on boats and come get me. I'm not 100% about that. But I think that's my game plan, is to try to work this way. But a lot of it's just going to depend on what kind of relationships I can get with these guys. So I definitely want Reichland, and then I want to take some other place out that's somewhere nearby. Preferably working my way south. But we'll see. Okay, so let's look at Stirland. So we can't trade with them. We have really good relations.
Greetings on behalf of the Empire. Now what brings you here with a sheathed blade?
Oh no, okay, that's where they usually start off with. Alright. I thought they had more territory than usual, but... Okay, so they are underdog also, which means that they have a very good chance of wanting to confederate. So that's a very potential good confederation target. Now, it is out here in the middle, which I don't really like a ton. But I'm in the market for a confederation just to get Karl Franz on my side eventually. Okay. So we already have all the treaties we can get with them, but this is one thing I don't see a ton of other streamers do. If you're in the green with them, if they really like you, there's a high probability they might just give you cash. So let's just see if it works here. Because they're not going to give us 300, or 500. Let's see if they'll give us 300. Boom. 300 free gold. So this is not exploitative, and it makes sense because you have to get to gold, or not gold, you have to get to green with the faction to be able to even propose this offer. Also, it has an internal cooldown of some number of turns, somewhere between 5 and 10, so maybe like 7 or 8 turns before you can ask again, and you still have to be in really good diplomatic relations to ask again. So this actually incentivizes you to keep lots of friends as much as possible around the map, so that they will constantly give you this influx of gold every 7 turns or so. It's not a ton. It's not super game breaking, but it's just a nice little bonus for doing well with diplomacy. And this is very true to real life. You know, if you get into trouble and you have really good friends, a lot of times they will help you out. I will preface by saying don't be a mooch. You know, don't try to mooch money off of your friends all the time. Try to be self-sufficient. But I do think that in the real world, if you have good diplomatic relations with another sovereignty, then they will help you out if you're in trouble. So, makes sense logically, makes sense diplomatically, makes sense from a strategic game design standpoint. So I think that's a great aspect of the game that's just really underutilized by a lot of streamers that I've seen. So, okay, once again, these guys are friendly. Now, we don't have a non-aggression with them, so we could try to get that.
On behalf of the Empire. No.
Okay, good. We got a non-aggression with them. I would like to get a military access. They're not going to give us that, but the reason is I'm going to have to trespass with them in order to get this quest battle here. There's no other way around it. I guess if I pay 5,000 gold, it might let me do it without trespassing, but I'm not going to have that kind of money early. So, and I really want them to be my friend. So we're going to get a trespass penalty. Now, they have an aversion to us. They have Imperial Distrust, which is not great, but it's okay. So let's see if they'll give us some cash.
Only Sigmar's god Ulrich can judge
500 is the most that I've ever seen for free. Sometimes they'll give you 5. Yeah, so they gave us 5. But most places will give you 3. But if you have a ton of good points with them, then they'll give you 5. Okay, so let's... How do these guys look? Deteriorating. We don't like that. Okay, so they don't like that we're friends with Tebekland, and they have an aversion to Empire. Okay, so this, in the other campaign, the most recent one that I did, these people were a little more friendly with us, but it's alright. Wiesenland. Okay, I would actually like to be good friends with Wiesenland because they are my direct neighbors, and they have iron. So if I can get a trade agreement with them, that would be awesome, because there's a quest with Balthasar Gelt where you need to get iron, and it shows up pretty early. So this would be amazing if I get a trade deal with them. So I can't do it yet, but once I take over this territory, Grunberg next turn, I will have access to Wiesenland. If you ever wondered about trade routes, you have to have a direct, unobstructed path from your capital to their capital. So that means there can't be any enemies in between. So since Grunsberg is in between, then we can't trade with them. But once we take Grunsberg, then we can actually trade with them. And it actually opens it up, I believe, to trade with Steerland and a bunch of other factions. So the more territory we take around here, the more potential trade partners we have. And that's really good. Okay, so keep our eye on Wiesenland. They are improving. Let's see if they give us some cash.
I will listen,
usually if they have at least
but my
15,
time is short.
if we have 15 diplomatic points with us, they'll give us cash. Yeah. So they're almost certainly not going to give you 500 unless they have green. But even with yellow, sometimes they'll give it to you. That's negative. I'm just going to... I'll ask. That's slightly negative.
Greetings on behalf of the
Doesn't hurt to
Empire.
ask.
Now what brings you
That would
here?
happen. If it's low, that means it's not going to happen. Anyone else? They're neutral.
Greetings on behalf of the Empire.
Okay, they'll actually let us do a
Now what brings
non-aggression.
you here?
Sometimes there's some variations here. Like, you wouldn't think people would go for a non-aggression if you are completely neutral with them, but sometimes they will. Just depends on your power level. It depends on their power level. And some of that's not reflected in the diplomatics. Sometimes it is, but... Okay, so that's good to keep in mind here. Bretonnia likes us, so that's good.
I am King Leoncor.
A little trade agreement.
So, do you come to Breton?
Nope. We don't have a lot to trade, but it helps your diplomatic relations with people if you do that, and we can pick up more resources later. So if you can get a trade agreement, even if it's not worth a ton of gold just yet, you should try to do
You
it.
tread upon Bretonian land. I'll have your will, and I'll have it now.
Okay, let's try 500. He's getting pretty close to green territory. Okay, so he gave us 500. Very good. Okay, so far we've gotten, what, 1,600 free gold? Turn 1? Dwarfs,
What
looking pretty
brings
good.
you to the halls of my ancestors?
Try 500. Nope. I wish they would just let you change your offer like on the spot and I have to click all this again. Okay, so not even 300. So that's something to keep in mind. If they're 15 neutral with you and they're not willing to give you 300 gold, you should be a little suspicious of that. They're on the other side of the world, so it's not a huge deal. But Okay, these guys don't like us that much.
You may speak before
Aggression.
my shield.
No. See if this other dwarf wants some aggression.
You
Dwarves
may
are
speak
extremely
before
strong
my
early
shield.
on. Like, I do not want to fight them at all until I get Demigryph Knights, if I can help it at all. Okay, so the next snap is... they obviously don't like us.
I don't like looking at.
You know, I would... Who are they at war with? Carrick Norn? They're pretty close, though. I don't... How strong are they? They're not that strong. I kind of want cash. I want Carrick Norn to like me more. So one thing you can do also is, and I do this in my other campaigns, is
All right.
see if places will pay you to go to war.
Get out.
Let me see. Wait, no. Go to Carrick Norn. See if they will pay us to go to war with the next snappers.
Grumble, so make
Moderate.
it quick.
So sometimes places will pay you, and you need to be very careful because these orcs could come over here and just fight me immediately. But I just checked it out. As I said, I scouted it. They're ranked 49, so they can't really have that much of an army, I hope. And they were already very hostile with us. They have a 60 aversion with us. Or no, that's with the orcs. Never mind. But they were already very hostile. We saw it. They're going to declare war on us. And it's going to give us slightly better diplomatic relations. See, we're getting an extra force. That's not a ton, but it's enough to where these dwarfs might at least not go hostile on us early. So it's opening up the conversation. And I think the longer we're at war, or if we actually fight them, then we get even more points. So I really want the dwarves to be my friends. So I will go to war with their enemies. Kislev, we can do a trade agreement with them if we want.
Have cold hard
So we got an extra, what, 500 there, so that's 2,100, I think, gold.
And lie.
Okay, so we got a trade agreement with them. Awesome. So, yeah, so we're getting 30 points with them, which is an extra 15 now because we got a trade agreement upgraded from just a non-aggression. So we're getting an extra 60 gold per turn. And then we could have asked for cash with that too, but... And you should always ask for a little bit extra cash. But I'm expediting some of this just a little bit, just because... So we get an extra 300 here. Okay. So we've gotten 2,400 gold for free and a trade agreement by looking at this. Just because I kind of know what the answer is going to be, there might be some outliers. I might be able to get a couple extra gold, but I don't want to take forever, just because there are so many different diplomatic options on this. I don't want to take forever on it, but you might be able to squeeze out an extra 100 or 200 gold if you take your own time doing this with your own campaign. Okay, Skull Takers are way up here. I really have no interest in staying at war with them. And they're ranked 2, so they're really strong right now. They're a horde faction. So you can pay, or you can see if people will pay you to go to war on their behalf, or you can also see if people will pay you for peace with them. So look in here, usually the vampires don't like you. No. Here's Kislev. Just see who people are at war with too. Just see if you can join them. Alright, we're at war with them. And we could go ahead and see if we can buy some wars from the dwarves, because we're never going to see the greenskins, the red. We're never going to see any of these people. They are so far away, it's just not relevant. So let's just see if we can buy some
What
wars
brings
here.
you to the halls of my ancestors?
And this will give us better relations with them. Okay, so let's try to get... Bloody Fangs are usually the least consequential, and all of these factions are on this other side of the world. They are way over here, so they are not going to be relevant for, you know, at least 50 turns. So I'm fine going to war with them. They're not going to run past, you know, all of these units to run all the way over here and fight us. I mean, they could, but it's highly, highly unlikely. Okay, high. They really hate the Bloody Spear, so that means they might actually pay us quite a lot. Okay, not that high. 750 is usually a pretty good indicator of high. Depends on how much money he actually has, though, in his coffers. Okay, so let's see if we can get 500. So sometimes a place will really want you to do something, but they just physically won't have the money that turn to pay you to do it. So if you come back and ask it another turn, you might be able to get more money out of it. Very good. So what are we up to now? 2,600, 3,000, something like that. Extra gold this turn just from doing diplomacy. Okay, so I do want to join these other wars, but I'm afraid they're probably going to be tapped out of cash. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait, and then every turn I'm going to just try to get another war for like 500 gold with them. Space it out just to maximize the amount of money that I'm getting. Because they have a lot of enemies, and I don't particularly see any of them as a threat in the early game. Just looking at these people. No, not a lot of wars going on yet. This will definitely change the first 10 turns. There'll be a lot of fireworks, probably. Okay, but the dwarves would be a nice little way to get some free cash, I think. Because we don't have to do anything. I mean, we don't have to send units over there to help them. We just have to join the war. And then those places will eventually, hopefully, pay us for peace once they start losing or once we become more powerful, so... Okay, I think that's it. We did diplomacy, text, buildings. Just one last look at buildings. I think we're good. Yep, nothing to do here. Alright, let's go on to the next turn. So I always enable see everything, just so that I see anything weird that's happening on the map. Like that, right there. I want to see that. I want to see this. Wow, okay, I haven't seen this option yet. So he's actually just running and abandoning this town. Alright.
Not likely.
He's a 6-stack.
No.
He's not building anything else. It's... Okay, he is mustering, so he just ran into the woods to hire some more units. How is he healing up that much? Okay, well, once I take his territory, he's not going to get that healing. Because I think it's going to be my territory, and he won't heal when it's not his territory anymore, so...
The Empire.
So this will be 10 on 6, potentially? And I'm going to... Well, I won't have the garrison the first turn I take this, but I think this should be a easy kill here. Alright.
By the comet.
Wow, so I've never seen him actually abandon this. I'm going to manually resolve this because I don't want all of this damage on Balthasar Gelt, because he has no armor, and the way that auto-resolve works is it just automatically stacks all the damage on your general, or it will try to, or other large units that you have. So, I mean, I guess I could. He's just made it pay. I'm just going to fight it. We'll speed it up. We'll make it quick. But I need Balthasar fresh because we're about to fight a bunch of extra pretty tough fights. Later in the game, when I get Karl Franz and other generals that have a ton of armor, then I'll be fine with some auto-resolves. Because they just won't take a lot of damage. But early on, I just kind of have to fight almost every fight, which is pretty good. I think you guys want to see that anyways, just to see some of the tactics, because they can be pretty complicated, as I've said. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, General.
Alright, 2, 9.
Great swords.
Do swords here. Oh, actually, we'll do swords here. Crossbowmen. We'll lock the swords, so this way I can just press like charge forward, and they should stay in the same formation. Really useful. Then I can just micro them out as I see fit. The #1 way to lose any fight is to have too much clumped on one side. So you do not want like 3 units of yours fighting their lord, or you only have 1 unit fighting like 3 other battalions. That is how I've lost every single fight I've ever lost, I'm pretty sure, in Total War Warhammer. I didn't see if they had any range or not. We'll just go ahead over here and just scout it out a little bit. These guys also have Vanguard deployment, which is very nice. So you can just start their harassment immediately.
Show us the foe.
Alright. Let's go and do this. Okay, they don't even have ranged, so I should just be able to harass them the whole time.
Weapons primed.
Yeah. What are you doing? Fire on him. These guys really have strange behavior. Like, I love them, but with hills and stuff, it's really tough.
Quick march. Moving now. To battle.
I don't know why they're walking in. I mean, they have 155 range, so I really don't get it. Fire. There we go. And why they take so long to get set up. Like, it really shouldn't take that long.
Yes, sir. Quickly.
they're dodging this stuff. Once again, they've got to turn. So that gives me even more time to shoot at them.
Ready! Sigma cool!
Very well.
Are you ready? All the batter! Ready? Sir, ready! Formation mark! Yes,
We're
General!
going to hold with the mortar.
For
Don't
the
fire into our own
Emperor,
guys.
General!
Bow before me.
Standing by! Sigma calls! Taking position! Yes, General! Take position! Charge!
Sigma calls.
I'm fine with Balthasar getting in, mixing it up a little bit.
Sigma calls! No lingering!
Alright, let's rotate over here.
For the Emperor! Moving now!
Let's fire right here.
Ready! Yes, sir! Quickly! Yes,
Alright, let's just form up and shoot him. Charge him back, rather. We'll rotate over here with the Outriders.
Fallen staff. Sigma.
Finding range, sir! Take position! Sir! No lingering! Yes, General! Sir!
Alright, so we're just going to rotate over here. Shoot at him. Shoot at him.
Ready for war!
Heck, we could even... A little bit dangerous. I just want to see if the mortars can pull this off. I don't really think they can. No, let's not do that. It's a little it's a little dicey. I mean, if they have a ton of melee, then the mortars aren't going to be awesome.
Balthasar Gent. Charge.
Okay, we don't need to. It's fine.
Outriders! Take the ground! We're moving now!
Okay, so we lost a little bit there, but not a ton. Okay, so let's just hold.
Ready! Ready!
I am supreme. I am master of Shalom. Take position.
Weapons at the ready! Swords back! Standing by! Elevate ready! Sigma call!
Once again, I'll speed this up, but I just want to... A little bit harder to judge when it's sped up. We'll see if I timed that right. No, didn't time it right at all. But I just want the experience, and I think you get more gold also if you get all these kills. So you can fire while moving, but you can't fire behind you when you're the Outriders. Pistoliers, I think, can fire from behind while they're moving. Which I might try to get some Pistoliers early. I don't know. That's kind of counter to what I've decided to do. Because I'm not going to have the building slot for it. So we lost a few more units than we probably would have normally. But Balthasar didn't really get hurt in that. He got nicked. But he will heal up to full, whereas if we auto-resolved it, I'm pretty sure he would have been damaged down to about, like, right here. It just would have been crazy. You wouldn't have believed it. So, we probably would have lost less with an auto-resolve, but that's okay. The main thing is just have Balthasar healthy. So, I know they have a building. I think it's just a growth building, and that's worth more than 400, so we're just going to take it.
The nation calls.
Alright, a little bit of extra cash. It's good.
Your burgeoning realm grows, Your Eminence.
2 more
Yet
settlements.
many
I am ready.
sources report that Middenheim is sending help to the secessionists in an effort to
Oh.
destabilize the Empire.
Yep, so we want
Intercept
this
their reinforcements
ASAP,
and
'cause
demonstrate
this gives
to
us a wizard.
Todbringer that there is but one master of Reichland.
Okay, so this will give us a wizard. And I described earlier that I want to keep Balthasar here mustering and then hand off my units to go deal with this. Because how this should work timing-wise, I believe, is I'm going to occupy all of this, I hope, if everything goes according to plan. We'll rotate back over here, and we should just about be back in time for the rebellion. And then I can hire some units with Balthasar, fight the rebellion with him, and then have a secondary lord go over and fight this. So that way when the battle wizard spawns right here, it'll get 2 levels because of Balthasar's transmuter bonus. That's what I'm hoping for. And I hope we get the fire one. I haven't tried the other ones yet, really, in that much detail, but the fire one is awesome. Like, those fireballs are so good early on. Alright, so skills. We're just doing Inspiring Present down through Honest Steel, and then once again we're going to work our way through the magic after that. Alright, let's see. Yep, we got the goat's head. Next turn, we'll probably go ahead and open, upgrade this to tier 2 just so we can get a cash building here. We're probably going to have to get gates on some of these places too, like especially here and here, because like if Marienburg declares war on us, they can move in the same turn because of these roads and get down here and hit this town. Like you can cover a vast geography with these roads early on. So the gates are definitely a consideration, but we might roll the dice and risk it. I don't know, because I do want to get to tier 4 like really fast, but I also need cash. So we'll see. But okay, we got this. Nothing more to do here. Next turn we can start getting techs and crossbowmen. Look at diplomacy. Fresh turn, just see if anything really changed here. Now we have more trade options available now. So we get a non-aggro.
Approach and make your offer.
Because they like us a little bit. Nordwind's starting to like us a little bit more. We can get trade with them technically
Surely
now.
an agreement will be reached. But I'm
just going to take a quick look here. And we won't do this every turn all the time with this much, but just take a look. See, now we have a trade agreement possible with
greetings on behalf
Sterling.
of the Empire.
And we got it. Very good. Because we just conquered this new territory, it gave us a path to have a trade agreement with Sterling, which is going to help our... it's going to help us out diplomatically a lot. And especially if the vampires somehow take these places and they start to get pretty strong, Sterling might consider a confederation with us because they have this underdog. So they're the most likely one right now to confederate with us. And this is pretty valuable territory. It's very dangerous to get this territory because there's so much stuff surrounding you. But it's useful to keep in mind. They're not at war with anyone yet. To Beckland, now we can trade if they want to trade.
Only Sigma.
Okay, so they want 600 gold. This will help out our diplomatic relationships with them, so that's very good. And if we get any more resources, then we can give it to them. Also, this will pay for itself in 12 turns, or maybe even 11 if you think about it. So that's a pretty good return on your investment. If you think most gold buildings at tier 2, it takes about 15 turns to pay for itself. This pay for itself at 12. It's pretty good. In general, if something pays for itself in 10 or less turns, you should absolutely do it, no question. It's a great bargain. If it's somewhere between 10 to 20, it's decent. You know, you should strongly consider it. If it's more than 20, it's really a luxury. So you just have to think, do I have enough disposable income to invest in that? But this seems like a pretty good deal, so I'll do it. And this is just not going to be a good deal if they go to war with us within 10 turns, which hopefully not. Hopefully not. And we do have an aversion with them, but we have quite a lot of green going on here. I think they gave us cash last turn. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure they did.
Greetings on behalf of the
They want to
Empire.
use a trade agreement? Yes, they want 500. Same deal. Good deal, I think. 10 turns pays for it. Yep, doing it. Wow, I didn't get nearly these many good trade agreements last time, so this is awesome. With the South. Because these guys, I would like for them to be my friend early, because I'm almost certainly going to have to fight Marienburg and all these other little skull takers in Midland and all this crap up here. So, it's good to have some friends. This also just gives us more Confederation options. And once we actually start getting trade goods... Oh, this gave us the iron also, which is amazing. That means we're going to get that Balthasar Gelt quest immediately as long as we can stay on good terms with these people, so... That's huge, actually.
You tread upon Bretonnian land. I'll have your will.
So they don't want to trade. See if we get into the war out of these guys.
and I will check with the Damas Kron that you are worthy.
The next least consequential, I think, is the Scabby Eye. Greenskins are a big faction. We could potentially see them. But probably not. We'll see if they... Okay, so for Scabby Eye, moderate. Okay, payments. 500? No. 300? Nope. Okay, let's try another one. Red fangs. Okay, high. We'll go for 750. Too much. 500. Nope. 300. 300 is a pretty low price to go to war with somebody, but once again, they are... no, they might just be broke. It says their economic power is weak. Okay, that's fine. But I'm really not that concerned with these orcs this early in the game. Then we'll check back with them next turn and see if they'll pay us for greenskins, but I'm worried they just don't have a lot of cash based on their behavior right there. Let's see, non-aggression.
You may speak before...
Now going to war with all of these orcs might help us out. See, a war with the next Nappas and the Skull Takers are giving us good political favor. They don't like Stirland, but they like that we are at war with orcs, so... So it might help us out potentially politically.
Manlings come.
It certainly helps us out with the dwarves themselves. So eventually we're going to see that gave us quite a few. So eventually once we get a port over here, then we'll be able to trade with the dwarves. Okay, Bloody Spears, next Nappas. Who? I mean, I wouldn't mind peace with them. I don't think they can give us peace this early because we haven't fought them yet. When you start crushing people, that's when they start wanting peace. Or they start getting crushed by a different faction. We got everything we can with Kislev. I mean, we could upgrade that.
The Tsarina empowered.
They don't want military access or anything. Skull Takers are coming down. They were up here, I thought, last turn, so they might actually be coming for us. We're right here. We're just a few turns away, so they might be beelining for us. But we were already at war with them, I'm pretty sure. There's not much we can do about that. From what I remember, they like to pick on this town right here. They did in past campaigns.
The Emperor, a false.
Okay, so they're at war with Templehof. I could join the war against Templehof, or I could join war against Vampire Counts. I mean, it's a good idea to go to war with these guys for a price, just because they're not going to come get you because they don't have corruptions. They can't run over here, or they're going to be taking a lot of attrition. So they...
The night.
So who has more money?
I shall hear the immortal.
Probably
Is cheap.
the real vampires. Let's see. This is going to break my treaty, though. You know, I don't want to do that just yet, because I have non-aggression, and it's going to hurt me diplomatically a little bit. And I'm starting to get such diplomatic relationships over here. Because if you break treaties, it hurts you with many, many factions, because they just don't trust you anymore. So because I have non-aggression with these guys, I don't want to hurt my steadfast relation, or my reputation just yet. Okay, so we don't need another ward yet, can't do text yet. Okay, we're done. New turn. So we're moving pretty quickly, I think. For me, anyways. I feel like this is fast. Okay, so he's going to run back to his little hole and hide. This guy hiring more stuff. He was hiring, but now he's not. Huh.
Do not waste my potential.
So we could come out and fight him. No, he has 2 units. And he's probably hiring. He's healing. How is he healing? Oh, because he's in camp stance. So they could have 3. How many did that guy have? 6. Could have 11, up to 11 units.
Yes.
I have 10. It's a little dicey, but I don't want to just stop and do nothing.
By the comet.
And we could come over and try to take this territory. You're not able to run through these woods, I don't think. Let me just see. No, you can't run through here. So to get to this place, I basically have to run around here. Which means I need to run up through here and over here.
I don't agree.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and upgrade this for sure. Get our tech. It's a tough... I think I want this, though. Rather than... I mean, this is good, too. We'll eventually get this, I think. So I think I need to keep moving forward. He did run back to his little town, so he's probably going to have a pretty strong army. I'm not sure if we can take him head on, actually, but I don't want to leave this place exposed. Just run over here. I don't think I can attack him. I'll try. I don't think I can attack him.
Peace, just war.
No. So this guy could come down and support if they wanted to.
Let us begin.
I think I can win that fight. I think I can win it because he's hurt.
Not likely.
So, I mean, the worst it would be a 5, 11 on 10. But 2 of these guys are really hurt, and then they're going to have a supporting army, so we should be able to surround and kill something. Alright, so let's just go ahead and hire more crossbowmen. This will give us a nice sort of balance, a nice front line, and then we can flank around with these crossbowmen. Get some good shots in. Okay, so I think it's gonna be it for that. We just made some buildings. I don't think a ton has changed diplomatically. We are improving because we're at war with the orcs. So we could try to get a non-aggression or a peace with them.
Greetings, my countrymen.
No.
Do you come in peace on this farm?
Just looking here real quick. There are really green ones. We might be able to upgrade even more. I just want to see if they'll give us like a defensive or something.
Welcome, my country.
It's worth just taking a quick glance here.
By Sigma's will, coming.
It's late in the day.
Nothing there.
Make your proposal.
Try these out real quick, just because we are trending upward, so we might get it. None of these people are going to want peace just yet. Actually, I want to buy that war with these dwarves if I can.
What brings you to the halls of my ancestors?
Try these guys again, just see if they'll give us 300. Okay, so they got it this time, so they got a little bit more cash. So we'll ask them about greenskins next turn. So I think they want to pay us for these things, they just don't quite have the cash to do it. Okay, next turn. Now these skull takers can't really threaten Aldorf, I don't think. This guy's such a coward. Oh, is that it? Okay. I was gonna get some more crazy stuff going on.
Are you not?
Okay, so he's hiring right now. So this is gonna be 13 on... Can I even attack that this turn? Let me just say.
I am the supreme patriarch.
No. So he could potentially hire 3 more units. I'll tell you right now, attacking this map is absolutely terrible. There's so many trees here. I've lost some huge battles on that map, and it's just terrible. What is this? Oh, they own this. Huh. Interesting turn of events. I haven't seen this option before. Karak Asgaraz.
Now, why?
Now, this is gonna have huge walls, isn't it? Let me see. No, it doesn't have walls. It is level, or how? It's such a huge garrison without having walls. That's 12. So they have 12 and a lord.
Do not waste my potential.
I could probably beat it. He's hiring more. The question is, do I want to beat them or do I want to beat these guys? These guys have 5 units.
No.
11 units. They're probably going to have close to 14 units next turn.
You summon me.
So what are the advantages here? If I get this, I'm almost certainly not going to be able to hold it because I can't get these other 2 territories. Now I could just beat them into submission. How many territories did next snipers have? They only have 1 territory, so I could make them a vassal state. Potentially if I kill them. Which would give me some cash. I mean, they might rebel against me. Do they have an aversion? They do have a very strong aversion. We are at war with them. Do they want peace?
Where's my manners?
So that would give a lot of cash if I could actually win that fight. Is he in the town? I think he's in the town. It's hard to say for sure.
Get at me, Ed!
If he's not in the town, then we can pick him off pretty quickly.
Let us begin.
Okay, so the problem is if I go and attack Helmgard and this guy masses up an army, he's going to be able to come in behind me and pick off Grunsberg. And he's pretty weak right now. These are just what? Goblins? What are these? I can't see. Wolf Riders. Okay, so just Wolf Riders, not a lot of goblins?
I am ready.
I think I can beat them
Are
up.
you?
Be 13 on 13 roughly. Where's everything else in this territory is? I can't see the other ones. Carrick Norn, I think is... Can I see them on the map? Let's see, where is Carrick Norn? It's way down here. And the other one's probably somewhere in here. So... Pretty tough. What is this little place? I haven't been over in Bretonnian lands. I imagine this has to be like where they're planning on putting elves or something. It's like a huge forest. I don't really know. I really hope they bring in the Skaven. I love the Skaven. They could just put them in like right here or something maybe. And there's Zufbar. Yeah. I don't really know, but I really wish they put Skaven in. They're such a fun race. I love playing them with Shadow of the Horned Rat. Or playing against them. They just have such inventive, cool ideas. And there just aren't that many other fantasy races out there like them. Okay, so my real choice here is... I can go beat up on these orcs. Or I can try to take out this empire. The orcs don't have an actual army. They just have a strong garrison. They're going to be fairly hard to deal with. I think I just want to complete my province first, and then I can circle back and fight these orcs once I get some more units. I think that can be one of my earliest business things. I think Carrick Norn's probably like right here. On the other, I don't know, honestly. There might be another town in here somewhere. I don't know. But I'm not going to be able to complete that province, and I'm just going to have to abandon this place. And they're probably going to kill most of my army, so that would really slow my progress. So I think what I'm going to do is just forget them for now. Move over here.
Very well, I'll move.
Get in position to strike next turn.
I'll ignore that.
And he's healed up, and he did hire last turn. I think this guy's hiring this turn.
Business. Do not waste my potential.
So let's get 2 more swords and a crossbow. I think that should be fine. That's going to give us a huge line. That'll still give us enough maneuverability if we get into the back and shoot them with these crossbows. They even have crossbows? Yeah, they have a few. We'll see. I think this should be pretty good. We'll see. Outriders. I mean, I really hate this map where we're going to fight. You'll see why here in a little bit. But, we're looking on time. We're still looking good. Okay, so that's it. In terms of buildings, we looked at diplomacy. Alright, next turn. These orcs really can't threaten Altdorf, like I said, just because we have such a huge garrison. There's just no way they can take it. So I'm hoping they'll occupy that place. Oh, that was something I hoped wouldn't happen. Are they both hiring? How does that work?
I will not obey.
I refuse.
He just hired 3, so now that's off the table probably.
Let us
I mean,
begin.
we could try to still go... Well, we're not in range, actually, to attack them this turn. Okay, so they have
Absolutely
12. plus 12 plus 5. They have 17 units.
What?
I have 16. Let's keep in mind that even fights are not good for us because they're gonna have major advantage. And the bigger it is, the harder it is because I have to be able to micro everything, and the computer naturally micros everything pretty well. So it just gets harder and harder for me as we get more and more units to micro effectively. And this composition requires quite a lot of micro. It's a lot better at smaller skirmishing fights. I have 2 of these lords. The lords are so hard to deal with, even at level 1. Okay, so alternatively, I could just run over here and just try to do this quest battle and just try to get to, try to get that battle wizard really quickly. And just hope these guys spread out. I think that's what I might end up doing. Yeah, let me just go ahead and do that, just because I can't siege that, like, because they're going to have superior numbers. They're just going to keep matching me. I'm going to get 3, they're going to get 3, I'm going to get 3, they're going to get 3. But they have 2 lords, and they have a garrison. And I can't really take these orcs because they have such a huge garrison also, that I'm going to need much, much larger stacks of units to do that. And so I think I'd be better suited to come over here, take out this, build up another lord at the same time, maybe take out a rebellion after that, and then once I have that wizard can be huge, especially if it's a fire wizard. So, and I really hate this map. Like, I really don't want to have a huge 20 on 20 on this map. I'm just very, very scared that we'll lose. So it's so many woods, so many trees, so many hills. It's just terrible. It's really, really bad. My army composition. Okay. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do, I'm gonna hire a new lord. It's pretty bad. That's pretty good, actually. I like how misshapen's actually a buff. It's pretty sweet. Alright, let's go ahead and grab that. Okay, and we'll have him hire 3 units. What am I gonna need? I'm trying to think if there are any horses. Not really. I mean, when I fight some of these orc units, I could come over here and just fight these orcs too here in a little bit. When I fight orc units, it'll be nice to have a couple of spears.
Who calls?
But when I'm fighting other humans, it doesn't really matter. These shielded spears are very expensive. Just get normal spears, they're kind of cheap. 2 of those and one more crossbowman.
By the comet.
Then I'm gonna run, dash over here, and hand off some units.
It is best to move.
Yeah, because this is just a stalemate and I can't win that. There's no point in wasting a lot of time there. Okay, so I'm not gonna have the magic of Balthasar guilt, but we can give him 17 units, which is basically everything. Or 16 units, which is everything. Let's go ahead and hand off an army here. Make sure that he crushes this battle. And then we'll just hang out with Balthasar for a turn, I guess. Already hiring. Let me move out of his way. So I'm not in his way, so he should be able to run down and get that next turn, I believe. There's a lot of road here. I think I should be able to do it in 1 turn. Now I'm going to have to trespass on his land, which I don't like doing. Let me see if I can just get some permissions. I mean, we have a really good reputation with that.
By Sigmar's will, come in.
He's not going to give it to us. Not sure if I looked at diplomacy this turn. I can't remember. Sorry if I did. I'm just going to look real quick. Just going to ask a couple of key questions.
Bow before the rightful lords of...
I don't think I have. And then we'll get a quest battle in, and we should be able to do that in time. We might go a little bit over on time, but I want to try to give you guys a manual fight. Okay, so we're actually green with these guys now, because we're at so many different wars with them.
Ask your favor,
Which is good.
and I will check with the Demas Crom that you are worthy.
It's a moderate 500. We're just going to go to war with those guys as fast as possible down there. Okay, so an extra 500 gold. It's good. Because then they'll want peace as soon as we can give them peace. And they might pay us again. We don't have the Great Power modifier yet, even though we're rank 13. I think it's based on how much territory you own, rather than your actual rank. I would like peace with these neck snappers, if I can get it. Sorry, a bug just flew onto my screen, and I gotta wipe that off. I had a slight spatter there. Okay. Yep, so none of these guys are going to want peace yet. Oh, I did want peace with the neck snappers. Let's just see if they're interested. No, they're not. I have to beat them into submission. Okay, so I think that's going to be it here. No buildings, right? Nope, no buildings just yet. I would like more buildings. I'd like more territory, but they're playing very conservatively. In half the campaigns, the Empire Secessionist army goes up there to fight those orcs. This is just one of those halves where that doesn't happen. Okay, I don't know what happened there, but the orcs look like they're running. Oh my gosh, really? Okay, so they're split up. Okay, so we did get them to split up. They're not going to let us do this quest battle this turn because they're threatening to take Grunberg.
I am the supreme patriarch.
We cannot fight them.
Not likely.
Yes.
Yeah, there's just no way. We can't give up on our territory.
Now,
Raise Sigma.
So we're just going to run and make sure we get into this territory right here. We're going to get as close to them as possible.
To battle.
So at least they split up, so we might be able to run down here and get them here in a second. We'll see. I still want to do this quest battle, but now what we could do is we could stand like right here. This is kind of risky. Could stand potentially like right here, I think, and bait him to come up and try to fight us. Maybe, I'm trying to think, this is a dangerous game to play because we want to see how close we can get where he can fight us, but he can't chase us. And then we can chase him next turn. So let's go to like right here, I think. Try to make a few units. What do we need?
Ready.
One crossbowman and 2 swords, looks pretty good.
so fine.
So yeah, as you can see, it's getting kind of expensive. We need to start making some cash. And we will, but you just have to keep making units like as much as possible early. Okay, Kislev and Red Eye are at war. Where's Kislev? And we don't know about the Red Eyes, but they'll probably pay us.
The Tsarina empowers me to offer you warm
And they're kind of a weaker
greetings
faction
this
early. They're over
January.
here. They could theoretically come at us, but I doubt it. Let's just see. You want every piece of gold. I mean, all this diplomacy so far has probably netted me at least 3,000 gold, if not more. That's not including the peace treaties that I'll probably get on the backside of this, when some of these factions eventually want peace with us. So, who are these guys at war with? Nobody important yet, just each other. We're already at war with all their people. War. The dwarfs are getting pretty friendly with us. They want to upgrade that treaty?
Welcome, friends of the Dowie.
Friendlier. Still not great. I mean,
My throng stands ready.
it just takes a second. I know this might
Manlings
start to
come.
get a little tedious, but I just really need to ask because if they're improving, then I really need to try to
You
leverage
come to
that.
Bretonia, Street.
The Becklands.
Welcome, my countrymen.
Nope. They have military access they want to do
By
further?
Sigma's
No.
will.
I mean, some of these people might even want to start confederating this early.
It is good to see fellows.
Just good to ask. No. We'll ask for another round of cash here pretty soon, too. I know
will listen,
Midland is supposed to be
but
our
my
enemy,
time
but
is short.
let's go ahead and ask Marienburg.
Greetings, my countrymen.
Getting a little bit better. A little bit better.
Approach and make your offer.
Okay, that's going to be it for this. Alright, so we're in position. We're going to try to bait him.
Summon me.
Hopefully we didn't get too close. We might even be out of his engage range. We'll see. But I think he might be able to come over here and attack. If he can, I think I should be able to run to about right here, and I don't think he can run that far. So we're kind of playing with fire here, but
Absolutely not.
let's just see how this ends up. Oh, and we can put this guy... I forgot to do that last turn. It's not a huge deal. It's about 25 gold a turn. But, you know, I want every penny we can get. Let's go. Okay, so we've got a few more minutes. We'll see if we can get a fight in here. So Midwind's running. Okay, yes. So we're gonna run. And I don't think he'll have the movement to chase us. Okay. Oh, he got to run so much after that. That's a march, yeah. So he stopped us from hiring. He thinks he's cute.
Empire's blessings. Yes. Do not waste my potential.
But we might be able to catch him. We'll see. Okay, this is done. So we definitely want the cash building. I think, right? Industry, yeah. 250 a turn, easy pick. We will eventually want a place to move this by tier 3, but I think we can put it at Helmgard or Elhart, somewhere like that. I do like upgrading this. It's only 10 more growth. It may not be worth it, but it does give you extra 2% replenishment and an extra 10 growth. So usually I don't do this with the barley fields, but I think since my growth is at a pretty low base right now, and it gives you the extra 2% casualty replenishment rate, then we'll go ahead and do it.
The Empire.
Okay, so I can't quite fight him with this, but I think I can engage him with Balthasar Gelt. Use these guys as support. It's very dangerous, but he doesn't have cavalry, so I think he's not going to be able to run down Balthasar Gelt before the reinforcements arrive. So we'll see. They'll probably just run from this straight up, but maybe not.
We march.
No.
And these guys have been hiring some.
Absolutely not. The nation.
Whoa, I just noticed this guy burrowed under over here. Now, he's still not a threat to this town. He is a threat to this town, though, so we have to be careful. Is he... No, he can't hire. So we can beat him with our real army. Okay, so we'll just see if we can get him with this. I'm not sure that we can. He'll probably run away, but... maybe. No, he's out of there. He's a coward.
It is time.
Okay, so what we can do then is to...
It is time.
step over here. So we get as close to this border as we possibly can. I mean, we could actually just
I am ready.
run up to this, because I'm not... He might be able to... He could probably march and get back here.
I refuse.
That's going to be very annoying if he does that. Because then they're just going to yank our chain over and over again.
I am the Supreme Patriarch.
So let's step to right here.
Follow me.
Yes, my lord.
And we will march to right...
As you say, sir.
Actually, I want to give him these units back. Do I? I guess it's fine as is. Let's march to right here. Yeah, I'll keep these with this guy in case I want to run all the way back and do this quest battle here in a second. But let's go ahead and run right here.
Step to it!
And I should be able to get to Helmgart next turn.
Move!
Nope, a little bit more.
Take up the
There we go.
pace.
What?
Okay, and... go ahead and hire.
Agreed.
More. So now we're going to have
to the provinces.
23 units against him, so he has to march this guy all the way back. He's going to have 9, 19, so he's going to have more than 23 if he gets all the way back here.
The Empire.
Eventually, I think we can outpace him. We'll see. But I don't think anything's changed. We'll check back with him in a second. What turn is it? It's turn 7? We'll go one more turn. Then well, let's just go ahead and ask for gifts and just see if they're in a gifting mood again.
By Sigma's will, come in peace.
Moderate. Okay, so they might gift us again. Just check and see. Well, 300. I'm not sure how many turns it is before they do it, and it might actually vary. I'm not sure. Okay, so they're not quite ready yet. Soon. Okay, so I think that's all we're going to be able to do this turn. Check back with it next turn. Everything else should be good. Text. Yep. Okay, so let's see what they do here. I know we're out of time on this episode. We're a little bit over. Okay, so Carrick Norn is over there taking them out. They're coming down here. They sacked that. He's running like a coward. It's fine. Okay, sweet. So we should be able to crush him. Okay, Confederation. Alright, so this army did not run back to support. So we should be able to run in and do this fight. They have 10. And their garrison is, they haven't upgraded it. 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so they have 16 against my 23. So we should be able to win this. It's still going to be quite dangerous.
I will marshal the men. All right.
Let me just make sure. Okay.
You summon me.
So who do I want the main attack? I think I want the smaller army to be supporting. Yeah, because I want to fire my mortar and do all that other stuff first. So Balthasar will come in as the support army.
The nation calls.
Let us begin.
So let's go ahead and do this. Oh, God, I really hate this map so much. It's so challenging.
I go where the winds howl.
What?
Alright, so he should be supporting. Just always check for that yellow arrow to make sure. But he should be supporting here. So let's do it.
Fight for
We'll just
our
see what it
nation.
looks like, and then we'll probably go to the next episode just to break it up. I really, really want to auto-resolve this. Because I just hate this map so much, and it's giving me such incredible odds. But, as I explained before, I think I'm going to do worse than this on this map. I really hate this map. I'm going to take a lot of casualties. And, yeah, it's going to hurt the campaign, because I'm going to take more casualties. But I committed, as I said in the first episode, I'm not going to abuse the auto-resolve system. And I feel like this would be abuse, because I know he's going to do better than it says, because there's so many woods here, and they fight so well in the woods. Because the AI, of course, can see everything in the woods. They don't have a problem with visibility, so they're more than happy to fight in the woods. And they don't mind having, you know, huge armies, because they can micro everything very well at once, whereas it's going to be more challenging for me to micro everything. So we're going to manual fight this, even though it's probably going to have worse results, as I said, just in the spirit of playing an ethical game, just so that I'm not scheming and gaming the system. But we'll do that at the start of the next episode. I hate to cliffhanger you guys, but I should release this episode, the next episode, at about the same time I release this episode. So you just have to click over to the next episode. You shouldn't have to wait days or anything like that to figure out what happened. So just click over the next episode, check it out. I just really don't want to go much further than an hour, and I would like to scale it back to go about 45 minutes an episode, as I've said before. So, thank you very much. As always, it's a pleasure broadcasting for you. I really enjoy shooting these videos. It's a ton of fun. I hope you enjoyed it too. I hope you had a lot of entertainment with it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember, that brings fresh viewers into the channel, helps them see some of the entertaining content that you're getting to see. It also helps them out academically and professionally. It will help them out once I put some of those educational videos up over the next few days. And it just motivates me. It just keeps me going. I just really get energized and excited when I see, you know, lots of views on these videos and people talking in the comments and just extra subscribers. It just really makes me happy, because I'm just so glad that I can share this entertainment with you guys, and hopefully share some tips for how you can improve professionally and academically as well with those other videos. So just everybody wins. when you subscribe and like, and it really just takes a couple of clicks. So just please try to help everybody else out, try to help me out. If you enjoy the content, you know, give it a like and subscribe. If you're still thinking about it, you don't quite know if you want to commit to a subscribe yet, you want to check out a few more videos, it's perfectly understandable. Just, you know, toss a like, and then if you like a couple more videos, just go ahead and subscribe. But thank you very much, as always. It's a pleasure. Hope to see you next time, and have a wonderful evening.